Hello everyone, welcome back to another Manor Lords video. This video I want to talk about Trading Post. What inspired me actually on the Trading Post to really look more into it was these problems that I was really starting to run into in my settlements. This is my primary farming settlement right now. But what I was running into is my storehouses overfilling. And then, of course, the rain comes, the goods, you all know what happens there. Then suddenly everything starts getting soaked. Then, of course, I have to go to desperate measures. I have to build a second storehouse, put more people in the storehouse. And even though I finally got this storehouse down, but I figured, okay, well, let's do a video on the Trading Post. Now, I put my Trading Post up here. So let's talk about the Trading Post a little bit. Now, the Trading Post, honestly, in my opinion, if you're going to have a productive anything going on in your region, you want to get a Trading Post put down as soon as possible. And before you even do the Trading Post, when you get a point to spend in that area, please get the trade logistics, because to open a trade route, it costs a maximum of 25 regional health, or health, pardon me, wealth. God, yeah. If you don't have that, I mean, you could be paying, well, if you already have experienced this, yeah, you're going to pay a ton more silver to open up those supply lines, trading lines. Okay, so first thing about the Trading Post. It doesn't take that many resources to actually put down a Trading Post at all. It's actually pretty straightforward. Trading Post, construction cost, for timber, okay? So that's not a biggie. Now, I saw some different information here that, I was kind of following at first, but it actually, well, in my experience, and I'm 60 hours into the game, your Trading Post, you do want to make sure, obviously, you got to have at least one family appointed here. Okay, and that's fine if you're doing like low scale trading or importing. But if you are doing maximum goods because your storehouses are overfilling and becoming full, you're going to want to put more families on your trade post. So plan ahead for that. Also, make sure that you go to the Advanced tab and definitely assign a permanent livestock assignment as soon as you can do that as well. Yes, you're going to have to pay, that 25 or 30 silver for that ox or that horse. And something else I want to point out here, if you hold tab, okay, you see these little guys right here with the bag symbol on them? These are not your family members. These are traders that roam throughout the entire map on the King's Road, but they only show up when you have unlocked certain trade routes. Okay, how do you unlock a trade route? Well, go to Trading Post, come to Trade, and you have these 6 different varieties of items that you can do different things with. Now, if you are trying to just basically make money for your region, you're going to be exporting the items for X amount of money. Now, here's something to keep in mind. Let me show this to you really quick. This number right over here is clearly telling you what your export price and import price is. So, for example, if I was going to export stone to make money off of it, I'd make 1 silver per stone. But if I want to import it, I'm going to have to pay 11 silver. So, that, this graph right here, or these numbers are the same throughout any item that you are dealing with. Now, something else to understand on here too. If you are exporting items to sell This number right here is your current surplus. This is what you have on hand in your settlement, in your storage, in your granary, if it's food, etc., etc. This number right here is how much you want to make sure you hold on to. So don't get confused by this number here, because you could end up selling everything off early on in a settlement, then end up, not having enough firewood or not having enough food. So pay very close attention to desired surplus. And all you got to do is click on it like this. Then you just erase it down. You can type in what number you want. Okay, I want to make sure I have 150 on hand. Okay, that applies to everything else across the board. Now, let me show you something else. I was under the idea that the traders, these little guys, were all you had to worry about. Basically, when you assign a family here, granted, one of the roles or two of the roles of the family members here are to make sure that the trading post stays stocked with the various items that you are trading, exporting, and also make sure that the items that you are importing get distributed to the various storages areas in the region as well. But that is not entirely the case. The people here also travel the roads and distribute and trade the goods. See, you can see right here, I have two families here. We got one stocking up. That's what I was talking about. They come down, they get the goods, they stock up the trading post. Stock goods for sale, transporting. But these individuals will also go out and sell the goods. Let me take a look at this this trading post here. Let's see what these people are doing here. Waiting, going home, waiting. Okay, well that's not going to help me. Seem to have an awful lot of that going on too. People, okay, here, let's come to this trade post. This is my newest region that I took over. Trading post. Maybe this one's got something here. Okay, transporting. Okay, so this is what I want to show you right here. See how this individual here, this individual is transporting. They are actually physically taking goods and trading the goods as well. So it is in your best interest, if you are doing heavy trading, fill up this trading post with people. If you want it to go quick, if you want to get money brought into your region, fill it up with people. Yes, the little traders, they do come walking around and stop by your trading post, and they do buy stuff or, sell you stuff that you are importing. But your family members do go out and physically walk the roads and do the trading as well. So don't forget about that. Very important. Another thing to keep in mind too, the main roads that exist in every regional map, before you put your own roads down, those are known as the King's Roads. Try to always put your trading post connected to a King's Road, or else you're just you're going to run into bottlenecks. Things are going to take more time and this and that. We already know how that goes too. But yeah, the trading post is a excellent way to control your warehouse storages. And I tell you what, yeah, I'm finding myself having to micromanage my storages in communities where everything is like just blowing up and going nuts. And I can't export stuff out of the trading post fast enough to drop that stock down without having a bunch of extra people, families, to put in here to work. So you definitely want to plan ahead. It's all about logistics. I mean, Manor Lords is heavily about logistics. I mean, and I love it. But, this is a pretty just generic trading post guide. I'm sure, there's other things that we could do to make it better. And as I did mention too, go to advanced, make sure that you do the permanent livestock assignment. I still need to upgrade mine. But of course, like I said earlier, that does take some regional wealth. I don't have a lot of regional wealth established here, so I'm doing good on my treasury funds from taxation while balancing keeping everyone happy, which, it's working out pretty good. I'm able to afford constant, mercenaries and whatnot out there to protect my borders. And believe me, I've almost had a couple of close calls where I almost got burned to the ground just because they showed up in some weird area, and I was lucky to get there in time. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below if you have any tips or tricks when it comes to the trading post. Or hell, I'd even love to hear your suggestions of what they could do to better the concept with these trading posts, with future updates of the game. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get back to working on this newest region I have going on right here. Work in progress. And I will see you guys on the next Manor Lords video. Until then, y'all keep safe and peace.